I am arriving in Metlika, which is one of the outlying stations here in Slovenia. It is on the exact border, just a couple hundred meters to Croatia. And from here on I'll be walking into Croatia and try to find my way to Karlovac. Let's see how this plays out. Metlika, look it up on a map to see where it's situated. Bit of a peculiar town. I will not be visiting the center, I'll be just moving straight onwards to Croatia. Right, approaching the Croatian border on foot right now. Still raining, it's been raining the whole day. I guess it will be a little bit of a boring border crossing. It's actually on a river which contributes to the Sava, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the goal of today is to get to Karlovac, or Karlovec in Slovenian. I don't know how, there should be a bus stop at some point in the Croatian area, but otherwise I'll just do hitchhiking about 4 hours until it gets dark. Worst case scenario, there's a hotel back in the Slovenian side, so we'll figure something out as we go. There used to be a train all the way to Karlovac, but it's been discontinued as far as I know. Couldn't find anything about it, so even though the railway line does exist, I could not go further than Metlika. There's one or two more stations within Slovenia, but then I wouldn't be able to cross the river. So I found this the most feasible and I guess interesting option, to just do an overland crossing on foot into Croatian territory. Should be right there. And here we are. So all the way until 2023 this used to be a border crossing where passports were actually checked, and then 2023 that all dropped and cars just pretty much drive through. There is a police car, but there are no checks anymore, so you don't have to stop. In that regard, you can just walk through as well. That's what I'm going to do. And that's Croatia right there. I think the actual river is the bridge right after, and then I'm in, what's this village called again? Forgot anyway. It's time to say goodbye to Slovenia. Schengen area, no border control. I guess cars need to get used to it. Some travelers who were not aware, they would stop and ask around who can stamp my passport, but yeah, it's all open, and at some point this border post will be taken down. Just showing you how it looks. It's part of history now. Will be gone soon enough, I think. Now I didn't film too much because I did see there was an officer checking passports on the Slovenian side, so cars are being stopped there. Some countries have unilaterally reimposed border controls because of the refugee problem of 2024 and some, I don't know, smuggling, human smuggling. So I suppose Slovenia can't do that unilaterally. It kind of defeats the purpose of Schengen, but yeah. I know Poland and the Czech Republic do the same, Slovakia I believe, currently. Here it is, the river Kulpa, and actually the real border is after this river, then I'll be in Croatia. So this river comes from the mountains somewhere and it goes all the way down to Karlovac, after which it eventually joins the Sava river as far as I'm aware, and the water is really clean, so still upwards from or upstream of Karlovac, the river in summer is being used for swimming, and if it is warmer I can clearly see why, because the water is beautiful. Just straight mountain water, so when it heats up it's a nice place to be, I guess. And here we are, Republika Hrvatska. This is Croatia. Isn't that interesting? Here we are. Oh, there's actually the Croatian border control right over there, so I guess, I don't know. Slovenia was just checking the inbound traffic. Anyway, Slovenia, goodbye. Hello, Croatia. Here we are. So that's the actual Croatian border post on that side. I will not be filming it further because it's probably not very interesting. It's a bit similar, modern, closed. But here we are. This is Croatia now. There's a good restaurant here called Doriš, and there is a border cat, Croatian border cat, still watching your every move when you cross into his territory. Kulpa river is how it's called in Croatian. And here we are. No information at the bus stop, nothing. Let's see if I can figure something out. Right guys, I've done, sorry for the noise, it's really rainy. So I'll just update you on this trip. I knew it was a risk, so I've spent half an hour stopping at least, or trying to stop 50 cars. About 50 cars, nobody stopped. From all types of countries came by, but nobody stopped, which is okay, because obviously I'm not entitled to that and it's my risk of traveling to such godforsaken places. But nobody stops. In Bulgaria they would, but here that's not really the case. Outer Balkan countries are not quite all the same in that regard. Ubers from Karlovac did not pick me up, they all refused the ride. So what I think I'll do is I'll just go to restaurant Doriš, and I just looked up that from the village Bubnjarci, basically on the Croatian side, 5 kilometers from here, the trains do run to Karlovac, and there will be one at 9 in the evening, and I'll just try to negotiate with someone if they can bring me for €5 or something to Bubnjarci, and then I'll take a train from there. I guess that's a fair deal. So that's the improvising part, and it's not that I'm stupid, but I like to bring myself in these sorts of situations. Despite of the weather, it's a bit of a dreary day in that regard, but otherwise I enjoy this sort of improvising. It gets me truly to know a country. So what eventually happened is I was dropped off by this lovely gentleman from a restaurant. He drove me to this train station. Now first I was thinking there was a train, but there will be a replacement bus in about an hour. It's not yet, I have to sit here for an hour. Then it will be an hour before I'm in Karlovac. And then I still need to find a hotel. By then it will be long, already dark. So I'll just try to figure something out. See, autobusna linija Bubnjarci Karlovac. So eventually I'm happy that I got this ride at least. And now I just need to, it's interesting, this abandoned station though. Oh, someone living here. So I'll need to wait for about an hour, and then we'll be on the way, I hope. Made it to the bus, arranged a hotel. Europe can be so small but so big at the same time. Impossibly difficult to traverse when you're on foot, relying on transport across borders, relying on the people. But it is how you get to understand it.
Ali je prema stavu suda moguće takvu opasnost otkloniti blažim mjerama, konkretno zabranom komuniciranja sa svjedocima i zabranom približavanja na određenu udaljenost.
Kolege to pripremaju, slažu vijesti i izvještaje, uključenja razna, a do tada mi se nalazimo u prostoru poezije, glazbe, metafore. Petak je navečer, pada kiša ovdje u Zagrebu, ne znam kako je u ostatku Hrvatske, ali nekako je...
Now today was a tricky day. Eventually I made it to Hotel Kot Mosta here, close to Karlovac, but not entirely in the city. This was a difficult one, but it worked. It worked, I'm here. I have a triple room for 25 euros, which is an absolute steal. I ran out of cash, I have only 15 euros left in my pocket. I tried to tip the bus driver, but he refused to take any payment, not even a ticket. He just brought me here for free and dropped me just right in front of the hotel, which is quite incredible. That's just the Balkan hospitality. He refused to take any money at all. And then the receptionist, she said, well, if you don't have any cash left, there's no ATM here, so just send 25 euros by bank transfer. So that's what I did. I'm very happy with how this day went. It was a challenge. I was up for it and I made it because I knew it was the right approach. And I did it. I'm here. I have 2 alcohol-free beers. Going to take a shower and relax. Lovely. It's a successful travel day.